Hey folks, how's it going? I hope you're well. Welcome to this review of the logging railway, which is set 910035. It's part of the BrickLink Designer Program, and this is it's a cool little train. I've got to say I like it. I did hesitate to buy it really just due to the Trestle bridge and the size of the Trestle bridge, and yeah, it does make about, when I got the bags out of the box, it was about 2/3 of the set really for the Trestle bridge. It's a nice build. It is very impressive. I've got to find somewhere to store it though, and yeah, it's not, I don't think it's terribly robust. I have managed to keep it in one piece so far, so that's good. But the train itself is very, very cool. I've got a hub and I've got a motor, so I am going to motorize it, so it will be running by the end of this video. But the different parts of the train are really very nice. You've got this little engine called Toto. You've got a flat car carrying a generator, a logging wagon, and then also you've got a caboose, which is a bobber style caboose. The designer of the set is a guy called here we go, I've got to get his name right, Thies van Asdonk. Hopefully I've pronounced his name correctly, but yeah, it's a really, really nice set. It's a really nice build actually. The engine is really nice. All the wagons are great. It's not terribly fiddly in the sense that some other sort of builds where it's not too complicated. It is an advanced build, but I think the way he's built it and designed it and everything, it's actually really, really nice. It's really good. I don't think at the moment it's just a push train basically, and it does struggle to get the pistons going and the connection rods and everything like that going. So, however, I think with the motor it will work. I think it's just a bit too much friction. Well, against this, it's not even track on the Trestle bridge. It's actually just tiles that are clipped in. They're sitting in clips, and also there's no way really, without quite a bit of modification, to get actual track on it. I think in order to put track on it, it is possible, I think. However, yeah, at this sort of radius, at the radius that it's got, I don't think it's even 104. I think it might be even bigger than 104 radius track. So this is really just a display piece. Also, it's pretty delicate as well. So if I moved it around and tried to put it somewhere, I don't think it would survive very long. I would need to have a dedicated place in my city on the train layout somewhere to put it. One day maybe, but I need to keep it in one piece in order to do that. So we'll see. I do want to modify the city a bit, but I don't know whether I can incorporate something like this in. It would look amazing though, I've got to say. And I think I could modify it so that it could take track, but I don't know. I think it would be a tighter thing just to, yeah, I don't know. If I had to sort of like make it a tighter radius, the rods on this side, which is sort of the outer curve, wouldn't be long enough to make it any sort of tighter. So I think that would be a problem. So yeah, maybe I can find somewhere to put it, maybe I can't, I don't know. Another thing about this set is it's an 8 wide engine, but with the connection rods and everything, it goes out to about 10 wide, which makes it a very, very wide train. So it'll be interesting to see if it can actually get around my layout, especially the tunnels. The tunnels are quite wide due to some of the length of the rolling stock I've got of the carriages. But this one, yeah, small train, very, very wide. So I think it should be able to make it round, but we'll find out later. The set itself is, it says 2,731 pieces. I didn't count the pieces. I have quite a few spares that came with the set. Yeah, but like I say, most of the parts are in the Trestle bridge. There are sort of, it says 260 unique parts. So it's quite a lot of repetition in the trestle bridge. The stickers, there are stickers with it. There are sort of 4 stickers. There's one here, and then there's another 2 on the other side, exactly the same. Yeah, I am actually happy that I went and bought this now. I didn't go for anything like the station or anything. I didn't really like the look of the station that came out with this series, but the little engine, I thought it was pretty cool. I know it didn't sell as many as, well, it didn't sell out or anything like that. So yeah, it maybe wasn't as popular. Probably, I think, because of the trestle bridge. A lot of the cost is in the trestle bridge. I don't know how, yeah, I don't know how he could have done it, sort of make it a logging. Would it have done as well if it didn't have the trestle bridge? I mean, it got lots and lots of votes, and I think some people liked the idea of the trestle bridge, but maybe when they needed to sort of part with their cash in order to buy it, it wasn't quite as much of an attractive purchase as they thought it would have been, I suppose. I'm not that... I bought it for the train. But it's... When I got it, I was looking at it going, oh man, I've bought a trestle bridge that happens to come with a train. But, and yeah, I don't know. If I can clear a shelf, find a shelf for the trestle bridge, then I will do it. Otherwise, it will probably end up in its own little box, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's huge. This is like a table that's 1.20 meters, and this is the bridge. Yeah, taking up most of the space. And like I say, it's I don't think it's very robust. It could, yeah, if I knock it too many times, it's gonna fall apart quite easily. I have sort of like tried to adjust it, and some of the rods come away quite easily as well. So it's structurally not great, and I prefer functionality and strength and stability over good looks anyway when it comes to this sort of stuff. So yeah, we'll see where it ends up. But the engine and the rolling stock, hopefully that's going to become part of the railway, and we'll see it running a lot more once we get the initial test out of the way. Right, so motorizing this was pretty straightforward. I did not need any extra pieces other than the motor and the hub. So the bricks that were sort of like the dummy hub came out nice and easily. So the hub's gone in there and the motor has gone in there as well. Just in the engine, yeah, no extra pieces. It was pretty straightforward to find out and discover where everything needed to go. I didn't need any instructions. There aren't, I don't know if there are any. I haven't looked actually, but yeah, very straightforward to do, which makes it even more impressive. The design of the engine is, yeah, very, very impressive that he's done it in such a way that just swap out a motor pretty easily. That's brilliant. So yeah, I have given it a bit of a test run around the track just to make sure there weren't any sort of gotchas in it. The one thing I do find is it's fairly back heavy, this engine. So it does tend to, if I'm running it too fast, it does tend to do wheelies. So I will run it at a fairly, well, it won't be going too fast, but I've found that if it gets to a switch track or something and it's doing a wheelie because it's sort of pulling stuff and The connection rods and everything just do make it a little bit jerky. It's not a smooth runner as such, and it does tend to do little wheelies like that. So if it gets to a switch track and it's sort of, and the front wheels are up due to it going a bit too fast, then it will derail. But I've only had one derailment so far, as I've been running it fairly carefully. I was worried about it going through the station, but it has actually managed to get away with that as well, because these sort of little the bit that connects the wheels to the connection rods, they're quite small and it just fits under the platform, which is brilliant. So yeah, everything's very, very cool with this train. It is very cute, very, very cute. I love it. I do actually really like it, and I'm very happy I've bought it. Yeah, it was worth it. And I've also found a place for the trestle bridge, so that's got a home as well, which means when this isn't running, this can go on the trestle bridge and as a little display piece as well. So that's fantastic as well. I will move this to the outside track and we'll run this round the railway.